Hello, you're welcome. You're welcome. I greet you all. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. You are all welcome. I greet you all. You're welcome to my live stream. Thank you so much for coming around. I greet you according to your time. I greet you according to your time. You are so much welcome. Thank you for coming around. Thank you for coming around to my live stream. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's girl Cleo. Wow. Thank you so much. That's girl Cleo. Thank you for being so punctual. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming around. That's girl Cleo. That's girl Cleo. Hey, please let me quickly share myself out. Let me. Good morning. Oh, good morning to you too. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Good morning. You are welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I want to quickly share myself out. Thank you. That's girl Cleo. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. That's girl Cleo. I'm doing very fine. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming around. Good morning, good afternoon to you, wherever you are watching from. Thank you so much for coming around. That's girl Cleo. Let me quickly try to inform others that we are live. Let me quickly try to inform others that we are live. Everyday matters. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Everyday matters. Thank you. I really appreciate you, ma. Thank you. I'm doing very fine. Hey, early years matters. Thank you, ma. Thank you so much for coming around. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you for coming around. Thank you. How's been our day? How is family? How is everybody? How is everyone? Thank you. I appreciate you all for coming around. Thank you. Thank you, that girl Cleo. Thank you, everyday matters. Thank you, early years matters. Yes. I'm just trying to quickly do something right now. Yes. She said he's always following her around. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you, ma. Thank you for coming around. Oh, I'm trying to turn this thing on. On. All right. All right. Okay, please let me just a second and then we'll begin. Let me just try to quickly inform others that we are live. Then we start without any further ado. Let me just quickly inform others that we are live. I appreciate you. She said they are twins. Yes, I can see that. Oh, someone has shared me out already. The early years matters. Thank you, ma. Thank you so much for sharing me out. I was just coming to share myself and I saw that I've been shared out already. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Without any further ado, we want to talk about the surprising dangers that sugar does to our body. Yes, sugar is good for the body. We all need energy. But at the same time, the excess consumption, the overdose of this substance called sugar is very detrimental, so detrimental. Oh, thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. Anyways, matters. The effect of this substance called sugar is detrimental to our health, and that is why it is necessary that we discuss it together. Erica BTV, you're so much welcome. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Thank you for coming around. Erica BTV. How are you doing today? How is your family? Thank you for coming, Erica BTV. I appreciate you. So I want to talk about the detrimental effects of sugar on the body. Yes, we want to see those damages that sugar does on our body. We all need sugar, but the excess consumption of sugar is detrimental to the health. So, all right. So too much sugar, it may shorten the lifespan of a man. And like I said, even the last time I talked about heart, what about people that have a sweet tooth? Sweet tooth. Like, I don't really get the question of sweet tooth. Please, can you explain for that everyday matters? What you mean by that sweet tooth? So, we want to see the negative effects, detrimental, and let's see how far we can go. I'm quickly going to be sharing with us just 8. So let's see how far we can go with these 8. Let's see how far we can go with these 8. Okay, now too much sugar may shorten the lifespan of a man. And of course, a treat once in a while is perfectly okay. I'm not saying that we shouldn't consume sugar at all, but because healthy eating, of course, we know is important, but it is the excess of sugar that is actually people that like sweet mouth. Okay, people that like sweet mouth, they need to watch this video because it might be that their brain is accustomed to it, and I'm still going to talk on that. When you take sugar excessively every time, there's this part of your brain called the limbic system that gets used to sugar, just like someone smoking, someone taking caffeine. Before you know it, your brain gets accustomed to it, and when you don't take it, it's like, I'm not all right. It's like I've not taken something. So it might be that such a person is the type that is used to it, and then the brain is accustomed to taking sugar. All right. I don't know if I've answered your question. Everyday matters. Okay, so number 1 is sugar can spike your insulin. Sugar can spike your insulin. Now, one of the immediate effects of sugar is that when you take sugar, there's this rush. You Okay, yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Your brain is addicted to it, neural addiction, yes. Your brain, the limbic system is addicted to it. That is why they can't do without sugary things. So, number 1, I'm still going to get to that anyway. Number 1 is sugar can spike your insulin. Yes, one of the immediate effects of sugar on the body is that there is this release of insulin. Yes, host, all right. There is this release of insulin, and we all know that insulin helps to regulate the blood sugar. Now, we find sugar in beverages and they are absorbed very quickly. And this results in a rapid increase in your energy level. So when you take in sugary drinks, you feel this rapid increase in your energy level. There's increase in the blood glucose and insulin. And then over time, this could result into insulin resistance. Now, what I'm trying to say is that you take in sugar, you need insulin to pick up those sugar. The pancreas produces insulin. The more sugar you take, the more the insulin you need. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that the more your pancreas works to produce insulin for you, and then your pancreas continues to produce insulin, you need more insulin to pick up those excess sugar. And before you know it, insulin resistance will set in. And this is a process whereby even when insulin is released, the cells in the body that ought to pick up that glucose in your blood, they fail to pick up those glucose, because there is what is called insulin resistance. Now, there are naturally occurring sugars. We find them in fruits, for example. Now, these ones are accompanied with fibers, and fiber slows down the absorption of glucose. So you might be wondering, oh, what about mango? What about orange? Those fruits also contain sugars. Yes, they are better than added sugars. The naturally occurring ones, like those in orange, like for example, orange contains sugar, orange is sweet, but at the same time, orange contains fibers, and fibers help to slow down the absorption of sugar. So naturally occurring, oh, I'm so sorry about that. Someone is trying to call in when I am live. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So let's go. Naturally occur sugars like those in fruits, they don't have the same effect. They don't have the same effect like the added sugar, because they are paired with fibers, which slows down their absorption. So that is for insulin. Sugar can spike your insulin. And of course, when insulin resistance sets in, such a person is inviting diabetes. Unique Lady P. Oh, thank you so much for coming around. Ciao, ciao. Thank you. Thank you so for coming around. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. I'm so grateful. So I'm talking about what sugar does to our health. Yeah, it's good to take sugar, but too much of sugar is damaging to our health, and that is actually what I am talking about. So I just said that sugar could spike up the insulin level. It could make your pancreas overwork and produce so much insulin, and eventually that could result into insulin resistance. That could result into insulin resistance. So now I'm going to, it increases your risk of diabetes. We all know what diabetes simply means: when there is so much sugar, so much glucose circulating in the blood. That is what diabetes means. Now, the pancreas increasingly produces insulin, like I said, and over time they become fatigued. The insulin becomes, the pancreas becomes tired by this excess production, and then they stop being able to secrete adequate insulin. Then eventually what happens is that the pancreas is worn out, the pancreas is fatigued, and then the insulin produced by the pancreas is no longer sufficient to pick up the excess glucose that is in the blood. And when this occurs, type 2 diabetes may set in. So if you know someone who has high blood sugar, or you are trying to prevent it, you could be on the road to, if you have high blood sugar, you could be on the road to type 2 diabetes already. So when the sugar that's left in the blood is now so much, such a person is already on the road to, developing what is called type 2 diabetes. So number one is it spikes the blood sugar level, and this continuous spike in blood sugar level spikes the insulin. Of course, you need more insulin. And number two, it could result into diabetes. I know someone will be thinking, oh, so how much sugar should we take? Are we even supposed to take sugar? Yes, you are supposed to take sugar, and I'm still going to tell you how much sugar you are supposed to take in a day. So let's go to number three. Number three is that sugar makes you gain weight. Yes, if you are conversant with my videos, you must have heard that over and over and over again, that sugar makes one to gain weight. Now, your body needs some sugar for energy. Like I said, the body needs sugar for energy, and we all need energy to carry out our day-to-day activities. But the rest is stored as fat. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. When the body picks up the energy needed and you still have excess, it is stored as fat. So added sugar, for example, from sugar sweetened beverages, we have the added sugars and we have the natural occurring sugars. Like I said, for example, maybe you want to take tea and then you add your white sugar to it. That is added sugar. I hope you understand. Why the naturally occurring sugars, for example, are the sugars that we find in, like our fruits. So I'm talking about added sugar now, especially from sugar sweetened beverages. It's thought to be one of the male culprits when it comes to this game with, hey, Ground Melody. Thank you so much for coming around. Ground Melody, Ground Melody. How are you today? How is everyone? How is your family doing? You're welcome. Yes, so I'm talking about the danger sugar does to our health. We need sugar for energy. Energy, without energy, we can't carry out our day-to-day activities. We can't survive. But at the same time, taking too much of it, like I said, number one, it could spike the blood glucose and lead to insulin resistance. Number two is diabetes too. It could result into diabetes. And number three, I am in number three now, found melody, and I'm trying to say that sugar helps to gain weight. When you consume excess sugar, you are going to definitely gain weight. Okay, all right, Sissy. So now, sodas, juices, sweet teas are loaded with fructose, and fructose is a type of simple sugar. Now we have different, classes of sugar. I won't bother us much anyway. We have the monosaccharides, we have the, disaccharides, polysaccharides, and the like. So the simple sugars, we have the glucose, we have the fructose, we have the galactose, and one of the simple sugars is fructose. Now, fructose is loaded, consuming fructose increases your hunger and desire for food more than glucose. Did you hear that? When you consume more glucose, more fructose, you have more desire for hunger compared to glucose. Now, you can find glucose in your normal bread, in your yam, the normal foods we eat, normal carbohydrates we eat, your semo. But when it comes to fructose, most of these sweetened teas, these juices we take, they are loaded with a particular simple sugar that is called fructose, and fructose increases your desire for food. So additionally, excessive fructose consumption at the same time may cause resistance to leptin. Now, there's this particular hormone that is called leptin. When you take so much fructose, it could result into, which food contain yes, like I said, sweetened beverages contains fructose. Yes, sweetened beverages, all these our tea and juices that we buy, they contain fructose. So sweetened beverages are loaded with fructose. They are loaded with fructose. So additionally, excess fructose consumption may lead to, cause leptin resistance. And leptin is this particular hormone that regulates your hunger. When you are full, that hormones that will tell you, oh, you have eaten enough, that's all right, you are full. You understand? Now I know why I put so much weight. Oh my God, everyday matters. So when you are full, leptin is there to tell you. We have these two hormones. One is leptin, one is ghrelin. These hormones are there to tell you, oh, you've taken enough, is okay. But sorry to burst your bubble. When you take these sweetened beverages, the action of leptin is resisted. So it's like, oh, you can just keep on drinking and drinking. It's like you are not satisfied. That is what I'm trying to say. So in other words, sugary beverages don't curb your hunger. Instead, you consume quite a lot of liquid calories. Yes. Now, when we talk of consumption of calories, most times our mind is on the calories in food, like, oh, what the calories I consume from rice, from yam, from tomatoes. But even in these beverages you take Coca-Cola, you take Maltina. Of course, there's calories in everything. I know we do see them written on the bottle. So when you are taking sweetened beverages, you are taking juices, you are taking your Coca-Cola, Maltina, and everything, your leptin is just resting and relaxing. The leptin is not ready to tell you that's okay, you are full. And then you could take two bottles and you are like, oh, this thing is sweet, oh. Because the action of leptin is resisted when you take so much fructose. When you take so much fructose. So before you know it, you accumulate so much liquid calories, and calorie is calorie, whether solid or liquid. You are accumulating calories, and that could actually result into weight gain. Okay. At the same time, it also increases your waist circumference, and that is visceral fat accumulation. And when you take so much of this, it will also, I talked about heart disease the other time, and sugar is also one of the cause of this atherosclerosis and the like. So it increases your waist circumference, your visceral fats, and this could in turn also increase your risk, such a person's risk of developing heart disease. Thank you for staying there. Count Melody, early years matters. Thank you. Okay, so let's go to number 4 now. Sugar may increase your blood pressure and heart disease rate. Yes, sugar can succeed in increasing your blood pressure and the rate of heart disease. Now, for adults, our blood pressure, we have the systole and the diastole. For adults, it's about 100 to 140 for the upper chamber, then 50 to 90 for the lower chamber. Gist and music, you are highly welcome. Gist and music, thank you so much for coming around. Thank you for coming around. I'm talking about the side effects, excessive intake of sugar, what it can do on the body. And I'm going to quickly point out 8 facts. And I'm in number 4 right now. I just mentioned that excessive intake of sugar could spike your insulin. And insulin is the hormone that takes up, when it is released, the cells of the body absorb the excess glucose. But when you take so much sugar, when insulin is spiked up, every time there is so much work for your insulin to do to pick up the glucose, there's so much work for your pancreas to do to produce insulin. And number 2 is it may result into diabetes. Yes, by the time the pancreas is worn out, the pancreas are like, oh, I just want to relax. The insulin that the pancreas is producing is not enough to pick up the excess glucose in the blood. Then diabetes could set in. And my number 3 is you could end up gaining weight. Yeah, because the hormones that tells you are full, you are satisfied, the leptin is actually affected when you take in, sugar, so much sugar, especially fructose. And fructose is found mostly in sweetie drinks and beverages. Okay. At the same time, when you take so much sugar, you can accumulate fat, visceral fat around your waist, belly fat. Okay, so let's go to number 4. Like I said, it may increase your blood pressure. Yes, it may increase your blood pressure and the risk of heart disease. Yes. Now, evidence suggests that high sugar diets that are high in sugar can lead to obesity. I think that is settled already in number 3. It can lead to inflammation. It can lead to high blood pressure and also high blood sugar. I think that is already settled in number 2. High blood sugar and also increase the body's lipid called the very low density lipoprotein. You understand? And all this has been associated with the risk of cardiovascular disease, for example, heart disease. Now, when I say cardiovascular, it has to do with your cardiovascular system, for example, the heart now. Okay, so when you take in so much sugar, it could lead to obesity, that is excess weight gain. It could lead to inflammation. Inflammation is just the leak, let's just say the leak of minerals into the tissues. So when inflammation sets in, the immune system is just trying to fight back, gist and music. The immune system is just trying to fight back, an external pathogen. And before you know, it could result into swelling, it could result into redness. An inflammation, for example, in the bronchi is called bronchitis and the like. So it could result into inflammation, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and also increase the very low density lipoprotein, the bad cholesterol in the body. Now, sugar may also decrease your good cholesterol, which protects against heart problems. Gaining too much weight lately. Oh my. Yes, gaining of weight most of the time has to do with eating. Yes, has to do with eating, whether the solid calories or the liquid calories. Gaining of weight most time has to do with eating. Yes. And even when we are taking the Maltina, we are taking the Coca-Cola, and the most important thing is when you take those things, you have to burn them. I don't even get what I'm saying. You need to burn them so that you don't accumulate extra calories. So you can't compare yourself with another person and it's like, oh, this person is always taking this particular drink every day. I have to take it too. Oh, what if the person is taking it and the person is burning the calories, eating and less exercise? Yes, you eat so much and you don't exercise, you don't burn those calories. You understand? You see some people, they involve in a rigorous work. Their work is kind of rigorous. They eat this and eat that and eat that. You don't go out, you don't do that kind of a rigorous work. You shouldn't compare yourself with such a person. So someone might be doing a rigorous work and eats a big plate of rice, takes Maltina, and before you know it, is how to work. You understand? But you that you are not going out to burn the calories. Maybe you don't even exercise. Then you say, oh, I must also eat that big plate and I must also drink that. Then what happens to the excess calories after your body have used up the what it needs from the calories? So you shouldn't compare yourself with others. Eating less exercise, yes, it will result into weight gain. So sugar may also decrease the good cholesterol. And like I said, when I was treating heart disease, the body needs good cholesterol. We don't need those bad cholesterol. At the same time, I said insulin resistance, it may cause hypertension. Did you just hear that? Yes, yes, the lockdown has not helped at all. It has not helped at all. That's not and that was why I shot this video the other time, how to prevent overeating while at home. Because if you just sit down at home and you are eating and eating, you will even know when you accumulate so much weight. You will know when you accumulate so much weight. So insulin resistance may result into hypertension. Hypertension means high blood pressure by its effects on the kidneys, on the arteries, and possibly centers in the brain that contribute. Hello, BB Physio Food. Oh, you are welcome, BB Physio Food. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming around, BB Physio Food. How are you doing today? How is your family? How is everyone doing over there? You're welcome. Thank you for coming around, BB Physio Food. So I've been talking about the side effects of, taking so much sugar, and I've talked about insulin resistance. I've talked about degenerating into diabetes. Oh, thank you. Degenerating into diabetes and even gaining weight because of the action of leptin is affected. At the same time, I'm in number 4 now. Now I'm trying to explain how taking so much sugar can affect, the blood pressure, and also it can increase one's chances of developing heart disease. So yes, so taking so much sugar may result into insulin resistance, and insulin resistance may cause hypertension by its effects on the kidneys, on the arteries. I already explained the other time, arteries carries oxygenated blood from the heart. Oh, Jadian's Glory, you're welcome, Jadian's Glory. Thank you for coming around, Jadian's Glory. Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing today, sir? Thank you for coming around, Jadian's Glory. Okay, I thought is that of the art. Yeah, no, I'm talking about sugar today. I've already completed the art in a short in my last episode. Yes, I already completed the art. So I'm talking about sugar today. Hey, Precious Mills, you are welcome, Precious Mills. Precious Mills, you're welcome. Thank you. How are you doing today? How is your family? Thank you for coming around. I'm talking about the excess consumption of sugar today. Yes, I'm talking about the excess consumption, and I'm 3 points gone already. I'm on the 4th point now. So when you take so much sugar, Sky Figo. Oh, thank you so much, Sky Figo TV. Thank you, my brother from another mother. Thank you, Sky Figo. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Thank you, Sky Figo. How is your family? How is everyone doing today? Thank you for coming, Sky Figo. So I'm talking about the side effects of taking so much sugar. Yes. Hey, Joyous Joyce, Uzoma. Thank you. How are you today, Joyous Joyce? How is the family? Thank you, my sister. Thank you so much for coming around. It's nice having you all around. Joyous Joy, Sky Figo, Precious Meal, Elias Matters, Everyday Matters, and everyone in the building. Thank you. Erica BTV, thank you. I don't thank you all for granted. I thank you. Jadian's Glory, thank you. Life of Cleo, thank you, everyone. BB Physio Food, thank you so much for coming around. Thank you. So I'm on number 4 now, and like I said, Insulin resistance could result into hypertension, and at the same time, atherosclerosis. Excess added sugar has been linked to atherosclerosis. I have already explained what added sugar is. The sugar you add, maybe you add it to your tea. This is our white sugar. You want to take tea and you're like, okay, let me add sugar. You want to put, some people put sugar in beans, put sugar in yam. That is added sugar. Those ones you add to that are added to the beverages we take. So excess added sugar has been linked to atherosclerosis, and atherosclerosis is a condition in which the arteries, you see this cluster, this deposit of fat in the arteries that forms a plaque along the arteries, and this leads to the hardening of the arteries. Blood is not well circulated round the body. Blood is not well circulated round the body. That is atherosclerosis. So now, just 1 ounce of soda, it will interest you to know that just 1 ounce of soda, that is 473 ml of soda, is equals to 52 grams of sugar. Is equals to 52 grams of sugar, which is more than 10% of your daily calorie consumption. Now, let's assume that you are to take 2,000 calories in a day. Comfort Duncan. Oh, thank you, Comfort Duncan. Thank you so much for staying in the background. Thank you. How are you doing, ma? How's your family? Thank you. Thank you so much for coming around. Thank you. So when you take just one can of soda, that contains about 473 ml, and then you take it, you have consumed 52 grams of sugar. And that is more than 10% of your daily calorie consumption based on a 2,000 calories diet. So you've got to be careful with your sugar intake. Okay, I hope we are not hearing so much noise. I hope we can. Some people are making noise in my background, please. Number five is sugar may mess with your brain signals. Yes, now I come to everyday matters question. Neuro addiction. Yes, sugar can result into neuro addiction, just like cigarettes, just like caffeine. Sugar could also result into that. No, it's okay. All right, thank you. Sugar could also result into neuro addiction. Now, eating sugar may result into cravings. The grace of God is sufficient. Okay. Eating sugar may lead to cravings, that is increased tolerance for sugary foods. You are able to tolerate sugary foods, and then withdrawal becomes difficult. Now, there's this part of the brain that is called the limbic system. Now, energy dense food, sweet tasting foods may lead to reinforcement. Okay. Keep Okay, I have a message here. Powerful experience. Oh, thank you, Sky Figo. Thank you so much. Thank you for the encouragement. I know because it affects me. Okay. All right, everyday matters. Thank you, Sky Figo. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay, so when you take energy dense food, sweetened food, sweet tasting food, it could result into reinforcement of consuming these foods in the limbic system. You understand what I'm saying? And so you are literally training your brain. When you are taking it over time, you are training your brain to like and want those sweet things. When you keep on taking them in excess over time, you are training your brain to like them and to want this sweet tasting food. So this could result into addiction. With are in the school now, students listening very well. Okay, Sky Figure TV. All right, the way we listen to you too whenever you are preaching too. Okay, so when you take so much sugar, your brain gets addicted to it. You are training your brain to like it and to want it. And that is why you may just sit down and you're like, oh, I've not eaten biscuits today. Because your brain is used to eating biscuits. Okay, hello, skills, basic cooking and life. Oh, thank you so much for coming around. Kills baking cookie, and I think I'm actually saying this name for the very first time. I'm happy to have you around. Thank you for coming. Quiz basic cooking, and life. We are talking about the reason why those dangers that excess sugar does to our health. I'm already in number 5 now. So, like I said, when you keep on taking sweetie things, your brain is getting used to it, just like people that smoke cigarette. Before you know it, their brain gets accustomed to it, and it's like they can't overcome depression without cigarette. The same thing goes to excess sugar. Your limbic system gets accustomed to it, and you might just be going and you just pass by and you see candy. You can't just take your eyes away from candy. It's like, come and buy me, come and hit me, come and lick me, because your brain is accustomed to taking sweet things. At the same time, it may stimulate the pleasure centers of the brain. Yes, when you take so much sugar, before you know it, it stimulates the pleasure center of your brain. And anytime you feel like having pleasure, the next thing your brain will tell you is, go and take sugar. Go and take something sweet, because over time it has it has succeeded in stimulating the pleasure center of your brain. And so it's like, if you want to overcome unhappiness, depression, the next thing is to go and take something that is sweet. Okay, I missed some messages. All right. Q's basic. Okay. Yes. Quiz basic. So I'm seeing that for the very first time. Thank you. Thank you, Quiz basic. Yes. Hey, we have Bosset Corners TV. Thank you. All the way from Germany. Thank you for coming around. Well, Melody. Yes, thank you for coming around Bosset Corners TV. How is your family? How is everyone? How is everyone at home? Thank you, ma. Thank you for coming around. So I'm in number 5 now. Excessive sugar mess up with your brain signals. Your brain gets accustomed to it. You can't overcome depression without sugar. Just go on the street and you must buy something sugar, must biscuits, candy, you must drink this thing, drink that thing. Your brain is accustomed to it. Number 6 is acne. Yes, acne. Yes, Bosset Corners, we are talking about the danger sugar does to our body. Number 1 is insulin resistance. That hormones that picks up, you know, excess glucose in the blood could become tired. Thank you, ma. Thank you for sharing me out. Thank you. And so it could result into insulin resistance. Number 2, it could result into diabetes. So if you really want to prevent diabetes, someone who has diabetes or diabetes runs in your family, you have to be careful with your sugar intake. You have to be very, very careful. Number 3 is weight gain. Yes, it affects the functioning of leptin, that hormones that tells you that you are full. Then you continue to drink and drink until you accumulate so much liquid calories. That is weight gain. Number 4 is it may also mess up with your blood pressure. When you take so much sugar, it may increase your blood pressure and also increase your chances of developing heart disease. Yes, insulin resistance could result into hypertension. Okay, so number 5 is it may mess up with your brain signals. And now I'm going to number 6. Number 6 is acne. Yes, number 6 is acne. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for staying there. Number 6 is acne. Yes, a diet that is rich in refined carbohydrates, including sugary foods and drinks, has been associated with a higher risk of developing this skin condition that is called acne. So now, sugary foods quickly spikes the blood sugar, like I said. They quickly spike up the blood sugar, and then insulin levels also rises. And this causes increase, there's something called androgen. Yes, it increases the androgen secretion, it increases oil production in the skin, and it also increases the inflammation in the skin. And all of this could result into acne development. So when you take so much sugar, your insulin level spikes. Before you know it, your androgen is also spikes. The secretion of your androgen also spikes. Your oil secretion in your skin is also increased, and at the same time, the inflammation, swelling also comes in. So before you know it, acne could break out when you take so much sugar. At the same time, diet with high glycemic index are linked to a higher risk of acne. What do I mean by high glycemic index? Now, we have what is called glycemic index. It could be low, it could be moderate, it could be high. Now, Glycemic index is just simply the way a substance makes your glucose level to spike. So when a particular food has low glycemic index, when you eat it, your body's glucose, your blood glucose doesn't spike. When it is moderate, when that food has moderate index, when you eat it, your the way your blood glucose rises is moderate. But when a food has high glycemic index, meaning that when you eat that food, your blood glucose will just spike. And sugary foods are foods that have high glycemic index, and such foods could, lead to acne breakout. So now the question you might have been thinking is, oh, then what should be our recommendation? Okay, bye, host. Today I'm not at all. Okay. Thank you so much, Precious Milk. Thank you for coming around. I really appreciate you coming around. Thank you for coming around, Precious Milk. See you soonest. Okay, now, so what should be your intake of sugar now? No more than 10% of your calories should come from added sugar. Now, I already said it the other time, but let's take for example, you need 2,000 calories in a day to survive. Nothing more than 10%. Welcome, you are all into the classroom. Sky Figure TV. Okay, so no more than 10% of your calories should come from added sugar. And like I said, we have added sugar, we have natural sugar. Okay, the natural sugar is already in your fruits. For example, your bell peppers is a vegetable, but there's sugar in your bell pepper. That one is natural. There's nothing you can't extract it. You can, but the added sugar, you are actually the one that added it by yourself. The natural one came with the fruits or the food naturally. So now, the American Heart Association actually recommends 100 calories for women every day. You as a woman, you need 100 calories of added sugar every day. As a man, you need 150 calories of added sugar every day. Now, what do I mean by added sugar? Sugars that are added to processed foods and prepared food, as well as sugar that is added at the time of consumption. Maybe you want to take Leptin now. You wake up in the morning, you want to take Leptin. Then you boil the Leptin, and then you put sugar to it. You have added the sugar by yourself. Okay, you want to prepare this food. While preparing the food, maybe like beans, yam. Some people put sugar in beans and yam. Then you put sugar into it. You have added the sugar by yourself. That is added sugar. So most of this processed food that we eat, these chips, these bottled drinks that we take, I'm not saying we shouldn't take them because we need energy. Sugar also provides energy. This Coca-Cola, Fanta, and everything that we take, they contain calories. They contain sugar. When you go to the ingredients, you will see they will write, this is what we use. We use barley, we use this, we use sorghum. You will see sugar. Sugar is always part of the ingredient. So that is added sugar. And for a woman, you need just like 150, 100 calories every day. For a man, you need just like 150 calories every day. So let's say, for example, today now, you take a bottle of malt and then you check the calories, you see 100 calories for that bottle of malt. Okay, so you might be surprised that for the whole of that day, you don't need any other added sugar again because you've taken already from that bottle of malt. So simply, what I'm trying to say is let us try to eat prepared foods, prepare our foods ourselves. Most of these things we buy outside, they contain so much added sugar. There's so much added sugar. But when you prepare your food at home yourself, you are able to track your sugar intake. You know that, okay, I don't need so much sugar. I'm just to put little. But when you buy this outside, you buy this. As you're buying for yourself, you are buying for your children. Of course, they need energy. They are growing. But the excess accumulation of this sugar is very bad for the body. Okay, so let's go to number 7. I'll be sharing with us 8 points. So let's quickly go to number 7 before I call it a wrap. Number 7 is sugar may increase your risk of cancer. Yes, that sounds unbelievable. That sounds so surprising. Like, oh, sugar can increase somebody's risk of developing cancer. Yes, but not directly. It is indirectly. It's not as if when you consume so much sugar, then tomorrow the person is diagnosed of cancer. It is not a direct way, it is an indirect way. So a diet rich in sugar can lead to obesity, and obesity raises one's risk of developing cancer. That is number one. Number two, it increases inflammation in the body, and this may increase insulin resistance. Now, both inflammation, swelling, insulin resistance, they can also increase one's risk of developing cancer. That is number two. Number three now, a study has also found that added sugar consumption was positively associated with an increased risk of developing esophageal cancer. This is actually the esophagus. So any cancer that that develops from the esophagus is called esophageal cancer. So studies has shown that increased risk of taking sugar can increase one's risk of developing cancer of the esophagus. At the same time, pleural cancer. When I'm saying pleural, I'm talking about the chest. It doesn't have to do with the lungs now. Outside of the lungs, the chest, the cancer that starts around the chest. When you take so much sugar, you are increasing your risk of developing such. That is not going to be your portion. And then cancer of the small intestine too. We know what the small intestine, when the food leaves the stomach, is going through the small intestine. So another study also showed that women who consume sweet buns, cookies, these things contain added sugar. Apart from the liquid malt and everything, we have sweet buns, we have cookies, we have candies. They contain so much, they contain added sugar. So women who consume sweet buns, cookies more than 3 times every week, more than 3 times, according to study, every week, they were more likely to develop endometrial cancer. Endometrial cancer has to do with the cancer of the uterus. Uterus is the womb where baby develops. So that's endometrial cancer. It begins in the lining of the uterus. Yes, yes, I can see a comment here. Even white bread. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Q's Basic, Bosse Corners TV, Everyday Matter, Sky Figo, Early Years Matter, Erika B. Every one of you, Jadian's Glory, thank you for being there. So research is still ongoing, how sugar affects, how increased sugar could result into cancer, but as far as increased sugar intake could result into inflammation, insulin resistance, obesity, then these are risk factors for developing cancer. And to the last point of the day, sugar can drain your energy. That sounds so surprising. And that is why the topic for today is surprising damages sugar does to your body. It can drain you might be wondering, oh, but when I take sugar, my energy level spikes. Yes, it's going to spike, but it will surely come down again. Okay, sugar can drain your energy. Now, products that are loaded with sugar but lacking in proteins, lacking in fibers, or even fats can lead to a brief energy boost. Like I said, when you take them, you eat potato chips, or you eat sweet buns, those sweet things, or you take a bottle of malt. No, your energy is boosted. And this boost in your energy is quickly followed by a sharp drop in your blood sugar, often refers to as a crash. So after the quick drop in your energy level, then it comes down again, it crashes. Now, having constant blood sugar swings, your blood sugar goes up, the next minute is down, it goes up, the next minute is down. That is blood sugar swing. So when somebody has a constant blood sugar swing, it can lead to major fluctuations in the person's energy level. That is kind of energy draining cycle. And so I encourage you to choose carbohydrates that are low in added sugar and rich in fiber. Carbohydrates, we have some carbohydrates that are low in added sugar, and they are very, very rich in fiber. So when you want to take, you will need energy, fine. You need carbohydrates, they are energy giving food, but they are foods that contains, fibers, and they have low sugar, and they are still very good for the body. So for example, if you take almond, we know almond, these nuts, and you take it with apple, wow, that is an excellent food. Yes, almonds and apples are an excellent snack for a prolonged and consistent energy levels. Most of the time when we think of food, something to fill our stomach, we think of rice, beans, this, that. But you try to take apple. Maybe you are hungry. Try to take apple and just have a handful of nuts. It could be almonds, it could be walnuts, it could be hazelnuts. Just take one handful of nuts and take one apple. You eat it and drink water and see if you will not be satisfied, just like when you take your rice or your beans. Of course, you will also get satisfied. So thank you so much for coming around. Thank you. I would like to stop here. I still have others, but I would like to stop here. Yes, I'm going to continue the rest in a short video in my next episode. Yes, I'm going to continue the rest in my next episode. I upload every Tuesday. Yes, I upload every Tuesday evening. So you might want to come around on Tuesday evening in order to watch the remaining. Thank you. I upload every Tuesday evening and I go live every Saturday by 1 p.m. by 1 p.m. Europe time every Saturday. Then every Tuesday evening I upload. Thank you. Thank you, Bose Kotas TV. Thank you, ma. Thank you for coming around. Early Years Matters. Thank you. I appreciate you. Everyday Matters. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming around. Sky Figo TV. Thank you. Crowned Melody. Thank you so much for coming around. Yes. Sky Figo, thank you so much for coming around. Precious Meal. God bless you for sharing the Thank you. Thank you too, Crowned Melody. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Okay, okay. All right, everyday matters. Thank you. Thank you, Erica BTV, BB Physio Food. Thank you, Jadian's Glory. Thank you. Everyone that has come to appreciate me, everyone that has come to support me. Thank you. God will send helpers to you. God will send supporters to you. Thank you, my early years matters. Thank you. Yes, Quiz Basic Cooking and Life. Yes, I've got to know more about this person. Who actually is this person? Don't worry, you'll see me very soon. Thank you. So if you are here and you are watching the repeat broadcast, please don't forget to press the like button for me. And don't forget to leave your comments with me in the comment section. What do you think about these 8 damages? 8 damages. Which one was like, wow, I never knew this before. I never thought of this. Which one was so surprising to you? Out of all these damages. So please don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. And if you are here to subscribe to my channel, okay, the subscribe button is very much available. And don't forget to turn that notification bell. And when you turn it on, please still press it the second time and press the word on, so that you will get all notifications anytime I upload. Thank you. And my membership is still very much available. Thank you. Thank you. See you on Tuesday evening. See you on the streets. And bye for now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming around. God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful week. My regards to your family. Bye. Quiz, Basic Cooking and Life. Bye. LES Matters, Everyday Matters, Sky Figo, Erica BTV. Bye bye.